know the reason why we chose to say goodbye, but I can't help my feelings. Right now, I can't deny you never left my mind, and now my heart is bleeding. Why did I have to break it up? Guess I was just a young girl living in a dream world. I thought that I'd be better off, but now I pay the price. I do. I don't know how to forget you. I can't forget you. You're always on my mind. I do the things that I should do, so I can't forget, but you're always on my mind. Thought you'd be gone by tomorrow, but you're still there tomorrow, and the next day, the next day. I wish I wouldn't remember how you make me feel better in the best ways, the best ways. When I lay down at night, I miss you by my side, telling me about your secrets. I dream and fantasize that I come by your house, telling you about my regrets. Why did I have to break it up? Guess I was way too shallow, my mind was way too narrow. I thought that I'd be better off, but now I pay the price. I do. I don't know how to forget you. I can't forget you. You're always on my mind. I do the things that I should do, so I can't forget, but
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings.
It's 6:30. Time for the Tarot Oracle Show.
What is going on, Gabby? Thank you for your donation. Shannon, hello. Ivy, Andrew, Lucid Dreams, Septrum, Gabby, see, Kamel, and Ash Red Dog. What is going on? It is the 4th of July indeed. So, happy Independence Day to all of you. And you gotta watch out because the Tarot Tower is quite flammable, by the way. I mean, I haven't tried this out personally, but I can tell you, based upon the materials, the Tarot Tower is quite flammable. So, yeah, you got to watch it. You got to watch out. You got to be careful over here. Ash, thank you for your donation. Paula, welcome to the stream. What is going on? Yeah, you got to be, you got to be careful with all of those. Precious Violet, indeed. Thank you for your sub. What's going on? How you doing, everybody? Are you enjoying your 4th of July? I mean, I'm just asking the question. You enjoying the 4th of July? Because it's looking pretty good over here. It was a Sunday, and we got tomorrow off, and I think it's going to be all right. It's always a good week when you don't have Monday, So you get to skip Monday. That's thumbs up. That's a good week. Shannon, what is going on? All right, what's coming towards me in the love? We got the Emperor, Ace of Wheels, the Nine of Cups. We do have some nice emotions indeed. It feels like some of the emotions are really going to be sort of heightened. We got some fresh emotion sort of coming in there. Kamel, thank you for your donation. We got the Ace of Wheels, the stability and love. It's going to be a little bit better. I'm not saying all at once. It's not just going to be this dynamic to where suddenly everything is stable and it's just rock solid. It magically just occurs. All right, the Emperor says we have to take some responsibility. We do have to step up and make this our own. Make this something that is going to be successful, something that is going to be rocking for that. And the Emperor says that we can indeed do that. That is going to be quite, okay. But the Emperor says, as we step up, we do have a renewed sense of stability. It feels like we have a lot of good stuff coming in. The Ace of Wheels is into the Nine of Cups. So as we're starting something new, as we're sort of warming up and getting into that new perspective and that new deal and the new stability, the Nine of Cups says everything sort of works out. It's almost like you meet somebody at a party. I mean, I'm just saying, it's almost like you meet someone at a party. It's coming out of nowhere, going out on a limb, going far, far out on that limb. But it's like you meet somebody at a party. There's something going on. Nine of Cups is a party situation, right? You have cups laid out. Everybody's welcome to grab a cup. It's on a big table. You have a happy person serving it to us. Jamie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you as well. All right, we got Ash is coming in with a career. What kind of career things can we get into today? It has been a hot minute since we have embraced and loved, my friends, the slow tarot, because the slow tarot has been over there lonely. It's like over there, it's lonely. It's like, use me, please. I mean, you haven't used me in literally forever. And I'm like, okay, I mean, that's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. So we're going to pull it out, not that. We're going to pull it out. And the slow tarot I'm talking about, we're going to pull it out. And we are going to get a good read. Ooh, the Page of Coins, Magician, and the Knight of Coins. Almost like a little travel involved, a little opportunity is sort of creeping up into the career. It's not going to be half bad at all. The Magician in there, in any career read, I'm telling you, in any career read, I'm always in a good mood when I see the Magician. Magician means you have what you need to succeed in the career, right? That's good news. That's not news everybody is going to get either. That is news that only some people who have done the studying, they've done the homework, they've done the preliminary activities that they need, they have what they need to succeed. And that's not a situation that everybody's going to sort of creep into or be able to sort of move into, right? But the Magician says you're there. Knight of Coins is interesting. So it's like a little movement, a little aspect of that. I think we do have, Kamel, thank you for your donation. I think we do have an opportunity coming up, quite frankly. And you see that with the Page of Coins, right? And the Seven of Swords. Linda, thank you for being a member for 4 months. I'm telling you that the Seven of Swords into the page is like, if we sneak out, if we do some searching, if we seek out sort of the next big thing, the next opportunity, the Page of Coins as the opportunity may indeed be ready for us. And again, that's not something everyone sees. A lot of times you have a delay before something is ready. A lot of times you're not in a situation where you can get something else. You can get a new opportunity, but I really think that this is an opportunity for you. It does sort of involve hopping a little bit of a parallel type of a job thing. Seven of Swords is sneaking out, getting into something else, doing some movement and whatnot. Stacy and Haley, welcome. How you doing? Sam, what's up? But the Page of Coins, it does say that new opportunity is there. Could we make more money? Could we make a little bit more money? Maybe, right? Maybe. Val Mary, thank you for your donation. But the Magician says you're equipped to make a success out of the new opportunity that is coming indeed. So I think you have a lot of good stuff. Knight of Coins, it says a bit more stable, where you're sort of headed. So the destination is a little more stable than the origination point. That's always going to be a good news indeed as well. So overall, this is looking pretty good. I have to say, that's not looking too bad at all. So there you go. There's your career read. I hope you liked it on this nice 4th of July. We had all sorts of fireworks last night. It was quite interesting indeed. I was going to go see a fireworks show after the stream, but other people aren't in the mood for it. So, I got to do what I got to do. Anyway, I don't really want to stand there and alone by myself, but yeah. All right, Kamel. Hello, everyone. Kamel, hello to you. Kamel wants to know, what's going on with my love life? Well, I have no idea. What is going on with your love life? Tarot Tower will let you know. Oh, it's been a minute since we used this one. This one has been over there lonely, too. Tonight is Lonely Deck Night. I mean, if you're a deck of cards and you're lonely, I mean, you have been swiped left way too many times. Is it swipe left or swipe right? If you have been swiped, rejected way too many times, tonight is your time to shine. I'm telling you now, tonight is your time to shine, Mr. Deck of Cards, because we're all going to embrace and love you.
I love you.
It is embrace and love the not so frequently used decks night. And it's a shame too, because I said that this is going to be one of my main reading decks when I opened it up, and I remember saying that, and it is a shame that I'm not embracing it as I need to. I'm just, it happens. Maybe I took it to dinner and, things didn't work out or so. I don't know what's going on, but we're going to use them more often. What is going on with your love life? The wheel, 7 of cups, and the 9 of coins. I think you're doing okay. I think you are doing okay. I don't think everything is lined up exactly the way that you need it, but I don't think you're in sort of a desperate straits right now to where you're just, just absolutely on the wit's end or anything like that. Samantha, what's going on? How are you doing? But yeah, the 9 of coins says we're sort of proud of what we have. We're in a maybe if we are in a rut, it just seems like this is something that's been going on a while too, right? Diana, welcome. Wheel of Fortune is interesting. It does say that you do have some on-off things that could be possible, on-off relationships. I mean, you could have some things that are going to be good, bad, sort of in between and whatnot. But you do have people sort of coming back from your past, right? We have people coming back from our past, emerging from the clouds, and just maybe being an annoyance or being good news or something like that. The Wheel of Fortune, what comes around goes around. So I do think you do have those figures, those ideas, and those experiences sort of on the way with that. Boo Boo, welcome. What's going on? 7 of Cups says you have not exactly the pick of the litter, but you do have more choices than you think as far as love goes. You do have more opportunities. You do have more things that are available to you than you think. I think a lot of times we get really narrow focused on particular things, and then all of a sudden we're just like, mediocre at best with it. So it just feels like that's sort of where we're at right now. It just feels like the same old, not a lot new. We need more new. We have more possibilities than, sometimes we give ourselves credit for and whatnot. As the Kamel double shot right here, we got a Kamel with a second read. Will obtain my cosmetology license for nails. I don't know. If you do, Christina needs your help. Christina needs your help. It's just one of those. I mean, she busted a nail, I think like yesterday or something, getting something so we're getting a box out of a box. Anyway, she busted a nail, and she busts a nail every couple of days. So we need some assistance over here. I mean, I just say, will obtain cosmetology license for nails. I don't know what that involves. I've seen YouTube videos. It looks fun. I mean, as a painter, it looks kind of fun because YouTube video show people like doing actual painting stuff, and inventive things. I mean, it looks okay. Is this something that you want to go get, though? I'm sure it's not cheap. I'm sure there's a cost involved, right? A cost involved with that. Magicians as the final card here kind of says yes. I mean, kind of spoiler alert, right? The Darth Vader is Luke's father. In the second book, she's pregnant in Outlander. It's one of those things. It's one of those things where you have some spoilers. Spoiler alert, Bruce Willis is dead in the whole Sixth Sense movie thing. The spoiler is that the magician says that, yes, you will obtain it. The magician is a mastery of what you want. You're pursuing what you need, and you're able to get it. You're able to achieve it, right? 8 of Swords and 8 of Batons is interesting. It's almost like that you're holding back, or you have some opportunity maybe to do that, and you're just like, man, I don't know if I want to. Is this something that I really want to do? I don't know. It feels like that you've changed your mind a few times, or you're kind of indecisive a lot of times about this particular thing. You're like, should I invest in it? Is this going to be something? Bottom line is, the Mega says yes. This is something that you will pursue, something that you will be successful at, something that you will do. So entertainment purposes only, obviously, but I'm just saying that is looking good indeed. That is looking good for that. All right. What tarot career? Jamie Lee has a tarot career. They want to know, like, is that going to be good, bad, or what's going to happen with all of that? And we're going to use the unused decks. We're going to use the Shadowscapes Tarot, right? Shadowscapes Tarot is going to be the big one. It's going to be the big one. This is a great deck. This is from Stephanie Poulain, I think. It was a name. She has 2 books where she details how to make these cards. Basically details out like her watercolor techniques and what kind of, things and all of that. So it's kind of it's kind of nice deck to have. I don't really use it much. I use all my other favorite decks. Tonight is the decks that have been ignored throughout the entire year. 5 of Cups is good. 9 of Cups is good. Queen of Wands is good. I mean, if you're looking for a career, I don't see any pentacles. This is an emotional journey for you. We have a lot of cups here. This is an emotional journey for you. This is something that you're passionate about. You get excited when you see the tarot. You get excited when you get a new deck. This is something that you really enjoy. I think when you're able to help people with a tarot reading as well, that is pretty exciting and exhilarating. I think a lot of times you're just pretty thrilled kind of about this entire process. Renee, what is going on? Good to see you. But yeah, your tarot career is more passion than money sometimes. And that's going to be good. That's not a bad thing, right? Sometimes you do have a good passion for something, you get into it, and it's fun, and it's really exhilarating. It's something that you absolutely enjoy, and it's a good use of your time, right? Even though we're not making $1 million a year, it's still a good use of our time. You see that with the Queen of Wands. I think there's a lot of different things you want to dive into. Samantha, thank you for your donation. Some of the tarots that you want to dive into, some of the maybe the astrology, maybe the Kabbalah, numerology. I think you have a lot of hands-on things that you want to be doing, right? The Queen of Wands, a master multitasking, and the CEO. I do think that is going to be good with that. And you have the Five of Cups, though, right? It feels like sometimes you do try to maybe overreach, or you do try to find some things that aren't quite there yet. Are you trying to make a big success out of it and it's not quite successful yet? Maybe we haven't given enough time, et cetera, et cetera. But it does feel like that this is something that sometimes it is a little disappointing. Nine of Cups is overall, if you stick with it, if you stick with a career, you focus on what you need, you get, you pick up what you need and you run with it. I think that's going to be beneficial for you. Just obviously don't take on more than you can handle. Take it easy. Take it easy indeed, and I think that's going to be all right. Val Mary is next. Let's see what that Pisces goddess. What is going on? Good to see you, Samantha. Thank you for your second donation. All right, we got a Val Mary. The ex current true feelings towards me, and it is a night. It is a night of the neglected tarot decks. I'm telling you now, this is the Lubanco tarot, which is a shame because the Lubanco tarot is certainly an attractive looking deck of cards. And I really should break it out more often, but I don't. Because I have 200 decks or something like that. And that's a lot. Sometimes it's a little too much. It is a little too much as it goes, All right, so let's find out. What are the true feelings towards me? Six of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, and the Five of Swords. Pretty good. It definitely has some emotions involved with that. Six of Pentacles, right? They are willing to put in what it takes. They are willing to put in what they need in order to succeed. So that's half the battle, right? Because a lot of times maybe we don't have things sort of booked up as we need to. Maybe we sort of disconnected sometimes. Sometimes it feels like we're not on full steam. Six of Pentacles says I'm willing to work at it. I'm willing to put in the time, the effort. And that's what you need, is somebody who's willing to negotiate, somebody who's willing to do that. I think this person is doing that, is willing to do that. Nine of Cups has a lot of successful nature into it, right? You have a lot of good news. Nine of Cups is very emotional. It's very satisfactory. And it feels like this person's going to be on our side. It really does, right? Five of Swords, though. The Five of Swords. It's almost like that maybe this is something that's not exactly long term. We have good news all around. Does that contradict? Does that counteract the negativity for the Five of Swords? Five of Swords feels like at some point the tolerance is a little less. Or at some point, they do need something that they're not getting. At some point, you do have to sort of dive deeper into this and sort of figure out what the bottom line feelings are. But overall, it looks pretty good, right? Five of Swords doesn't exactly just ruin everything, I don't think. Pisces, a goddess, thank you for your donation. Right now, we got the Samantha double shot. Do you see any plan to move out of my apartment working? All right. Let's see. Tonight is the night of Tonight is the night of tarots we don't use a lot. So, I mean, you're scared of the Five of Swords. I wouldn't be. I don't think the Five of Swords is half bad, especially when you have all these other great cards around it. It does think it sort of counteracts some of the negative thing. Do you feel a player there? Not really, no. I don't feel, I mean, normally if you have a player, for example, all right, if you have a player, you're looking at something like the Three of Cups or the Seven of Swords would be more of a player, sneaking out, High Priestess, something that have that. Anyway, are we moving out of the apartment or no? Master of Stones, Lady of Vessels. This seems like something that you want to do. Seems like something that you want to chase, you want to do. You have some possibility to that. But the Six of Vessels being the travel card, the moving card, we're packing up. And some of the Six of Vessels, you have the exchange of something. It's like the apartment doesn't want to exchange something with you. They don't want to sort of let you go. It seems like that you're sort of there, you're stuck there. Could it be money? Could it be cash, right? The Master of Stones, maybe we don't have the type of cash that we need to just pay the apartment off, or maybe there's some other things, some other factors that are sort of waiting there. It seems like that we're sort of short on some of the things that we need to make that happen. Master of Stones says this other things are sort of in the way a little bit, and maybe this is not something we can go full steam on. This is something you want to do, though. Overall, it looks challenged. I got to say, it looks a little challenged. They're not willing to deal. It does look like financially, it's not something you just dump just a wad of cash on. And you want to move. I think there are definite reasons that you would like to move, but it seems kind of challenging right now. A little bit on the challenging side right now. So yeah, the apartment plan may not be there. All right, we have a friend acting weird. Alexia, not Alexa, Alexia. Let's find that out. Gabby, thank you for your donation. And Kamel, thank you for your other donation. I appreciate that. All right, we're starting to end up with the last partner husband. Here we go. Okay, let's check it out and find out. We got the Brother of Swords is interesting. Got the Gnostic, and we got the Eight of Stones. Okay. It almost feels like that there is sort of a disconnect in ideas, and there's also sort of a level of stress in this person's life that you may not be aware of, or a level of stress that they're not ready to sort of admit to. A lot of times we do get a lot of stress, or things are very weighted on us, and it feels like that's a little too challenged, and it shouldn't be that challenged to begin with, right? But you do have the Brother of Swords. Again, Therese, thank you for your donation. I appreciate it. Again, the Brother of Swords sort of points to that they're under some stress, or they're under some expectations. I don't think the expectations are really going to, are sort of dragging them down, and that's really not going to be a good thing. I think this sort of points to, again, a little bit of a disconnect, or maybe different ideals and something like that with the communication as it goes. And overall, I think they're working to get back to normal. They're actively working to get back to normal. I think there are things that are possible for them to do, and I think if they take some activity and they take some passion with it, and get back to the same old, it's going to be quite possible indeed. We got Pisces Goddess. Thank you for your readings. You're welcome. What's going to happen with Gemini? Let's find out if the Gemini, is this a date? Is this somebody we're going out with? I don't know. We're going to do the Tarot of Oz, right? Fatima, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Is this a date that you got? I mean, I'm just asking the question. We need to find out what is going to happen with the Gemini. Eight of Pentacles says there is some things, a Chariot and a Ten of Pentacles. Overall, it looks like a good outcome. If you're looking for outcome, right, to skip to the end really quick, I think that that's going to be quite possible. Ten of Pentacles is a pretty promising card, in fact, as we move in through here, right? Ten of Pentacles does say we have a happy home, we have a good environment, we have the stability that is happening indeed. It is something that we need to work on in the movement. It's almost like the Gemini is stalled. We're not making sort of the forward progress. We're not making some of the active movement. There's a lot of things not happening that need to happen with this particular Gemini. It feels like the Eight of Pentacles, they are sort of working on it. It is something that needs to change, need to be updated, and you have opportunities to do this sooner or later. But I mean, overall, it feels like that the Gemini, it seems that we need to sort of work on that. And then you have the Chariot. Chariot is a movement. Something needs to move. Something needs to go forward. Is it stalled? And that's why it needs to go forward. That's what we're getting, right? Eight of Pentacles, there is no movement. It is stalled. We have to do some work. We have to do something before we can move. Chariot, we're actively getting the movement going. And then we have a good outcome or happy outcome with that. I think that would be overall pretty good. I think that's sort of where you're pointed. The best news is you do have a happy outcome with it, right? That's where you need to be. That's sort of the good ending that you're looking for. The movement also needs to happen. If that's going to be something that is delayed, if that has to be something that's kick-started, you know, where maybe you need a kickstart in order for that to get rolling. I think once it gets rolling, it's going to get there. It's going to be okay. But yeah, there is that. Sometimes it needs a little effort. So it needs a little work. It needs a little kickstart, maybe a little assistance as it goes forward and gets done. All right, Gabby wants to know, what am I manifesting? What am I creating? What am I manifesting right now? Tonight, the night of least used decks, the night of decks that have been neglected so many years. Look at the Dragon Tarot. I was so excited about that. Ivy, thank you for your PayPal donation. I appreciate you. Let me know what your question is. All right, let's see about this. How is this going? How is this gonna go? So what's going on? What am I manifesting with the Dragon Tarot? Tonight is the least used, the lesser used decks. I'm just saying now. What are you manifesting? But change, death, it's good. Four of Wands and strength. This is something that death needs to be here, I think. Gabby, you need a little kick in the rear. You need a little kick in the butt. You need something to happen. You need something to be a little more exciting. I think that you need a little fire in there. Get you moving, a little like a firecracker on the 4th of July, my friends. Like a firecracker on the 4th of July. We need a little fire. You need a little incentive. You need to get moving. You know, you need to get moving. Death says that's what you're manifesting, because Gabby, that's what you need. I think this is something that has been pending for a while. And Gabby, it's about time that you got moving with that. 4 of Wands is good after death. It says the changes are going to bring us more stability. The changes are going to bring us some comfort, some good news. I think we have a lot of fantastic things that are pending on the other side of the change. Because a lot of times, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of times change is scary. You don't know what's on the other side of that change. It could be detrimental to everybody. You don't know. But you need to be accepting of it, because the other side of that change is 4 of Wands and has all of the excitement with it. Now, you got to be patient, Gabby. This is not something that comes immediately. Strength talks about patience. It talks about sort of getting in that mode and getting it done, but understanding that this is going to be something that takes a little bit, right? So the change may be a little more gradual than what you expect. That's okay. That is okay. You just got to kind of put up with it, you know? All right. Let's see. Okay. Cool. I'm selling some of my old magic tricks, and they're hopping. They are hopping. All right. We got Ivy donated over PayPal. Would Troy ever be honest and level with me? Is Troy going to tell me the truth? What is Troy doing? You know what I mean? What is Troy doing over there? We need to find out. This is the info that we need. And the dark was it Dark Moon? I forgot. The moon, something moon. I don't remember. You know, it's been so long since I used this deck. This deck is one of those that I just need to use more often, because that's really kind of where we're at. That is really kind of where we're at. But we need to know, will Troy ever be honest and level with me? Let's find out. See what's going on with that. Rissa, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Man, that Troy. You don't know. That Troy could be doing all sorts of things over there. Troy could be doing all kinds of things over there. And the 9, it does say that. It does say that. I mean, I'm just saying, it does say that. Oh, man, the 9 into the 7? Oh, this is going to be hard. This is going to be rough. I mean, you got a lot of rough cards here. Let's admit now. Crystal, what's going on? I mean, the 9 is concern and worry. Ivy, let's be honest with each other. I think Troy has a lot on the line. It seems that Troy seems to take everything a little bit too seriously. We have a little bit of an ego problem here, a little bit of an ego problem with that. 7 of Wands says, I don't really want to embrace that honesty. I don't really want to level with you. There is some concern that if I do, some things will be revealed that I don't want revealed, that I may not want revealed. And 7 of Wands says, I'm kind of hesitant to do that. I'm kind of hesitant indeed. And they are working pretty hard. They're working pretty hard to not do that. They're working pretty hard to not do that. And that's pretty difficult to do. I think that they need to lose the ego. I think that they really need to come to grips with who they are and how they treat people and what their sort of goals are and sort of the long-term impacts of what they do. And, it just feels like that needs to happen before they do that. But right now, that's looking harsh. It's looking like they're not exactly going to be embracing that anytime soon. All right, Kamel, what sign? Moon, honey, what's going on? Good to see you. What sign do I end up with the last partner husband? All right, for these, I'm telling you, our normal procedure is to just go through until we get something that has a sign in it. We just go through until we get something that has a sign in it. Let's see. Has a sign in it. 2 of Pentacles. Oh, man. They got the Page of Wands. We got the Queen of Wands. We got the 10 of Swords. We got a little bit of the Universe. Still going. Still going. Still going. Still going. Oh, Gemini. Gemini. Kamel. It's Gemini. Gemini wins. Gemini wins. There you go, Kamel. Hopefully that resonates. Last partner husband, the final person, the final one, the one that's going to make you happy forever is going to be a Gemini. I mean, that's one of those things. One of those things indeed. Does R want to be with me? Charisse wants to know, does R really give a crap at all? Does R want that? Is R one of the people that needs something like that? Oh, no. Let's find out if R is going to qualify, If R is going to qualify. It is all about the Geminis. I mean, the Geminis get a bad rap. I'm just saying. Picasso, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Geminis get a bad rap. I don't think it's fair, right? All right, Boo Boo, thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. Yogi, thank you for joining us. What is going on? All right, do they want to be with me? 5 of Cups, Temperance, and the Star. That's a thumbs up. This is a conflicted person. Charisse, R is a conflicted person, though, right? They are conflicted. We have a lot of things that could be conflicted with this person. The 5 of Cups, the Lord of Disappointment. It feels like they've been burned in the past. Hello, Piggy. Welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. The 5 of Cups is they've been burned in the past. So, Charisse, if they're willing to open up the old heart, they're willing to unbutton the shirt and just open up the heart to you, and just give the heart, give it all to you. That really brings about some concern because what if they're broken again? What if they're hurt again? Temperance is they want to find a balance of different things. They want to find somebody that's going to be able to provide with them with what they need. They are going to want to find somebody that is sort of their match, somebody that really resonate with, have emotional stuff going on. The star overall being just a fantastic connection card between two people. So eventually they come around, right? They're willing to negotiate. They're willing to sort of open their heart. They're willing to take that risk and all of that other stuff. And the star says that is a yes. So that's basically it's a long yes. You know, it is a long yes. So there you go. Fatima, RTS and I going to have some love moment in July. That rhymes, Fatima. I hope you know. You made a rhyme. I'm just pointing this out, right? I mean, are TRS and I gonna have a love moment in July? I'm just saying. I mean, all right. Let's do the decks that we just don't use. The decks that we just don't use. You know, to be honest with you, I probably should return this deck to Christina. I just don't use it. I just don't use it. Anyway, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't know if she wants it back. Oh, man, this is the Housewives Tarot. It's a good deck. I just don't use it. I mean, I don't put it on the table. Unless she's here handing it to me, I really don't put this thing on the table. And I should. I mean, it's not a bad deck. There's just 200 decks. It's hard to put 200 decks on the table. So this is in the neglected pile. This is over there in the second tarot tower that's way over there. I just don't get to it enough. I probably should. Anyway, are we going to have some love moment?
Music to make love to.
Maybe. Four of Cups. Oh, it doesn't look good. Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. I'm going to say yes, just because we're going to default to, hey, you know, if you're going to have a love moment, have it right now. Four of Cups says there is a little bit of a delay in it. You're right. I mean, this is not something they're going to embrace immediately. They're not going to call you after the stream and say, Fatima, I and you need a love moment right now. We need a love moment right now. Come on over. I'm all set. I'm all set up. Right? I don't think that happens. I think the Four of Cups are not quite prepared for that love moment. Seven of Pentacles says this is something that eventually will happen, thus the thumbs up. Is this something that will eventually happen? Seven of Pentacles said we got to grow into it. We got to get comfortable with it. We got to move into it. That is going to be pretty critical. Seven of Pentacles is growing into it. Getting into it is critical. Queen of Swords basically says yes, right? Queen of Swords. She's about to snip the man on the rose. Bernie, thank you for your sub. She's about to snip the man on the rose and about to embrace him. You know, he's all excited. I'm just saying there's a love moment after the snip. After the snip, there's a love moment indeed. Rissa, any general guidance? We have a couple of generals. We have three generals. There we go. All right, let's find out tonight. We're going for the lesser used decks. There's no tarot cam because this is the second tarot tower, which is way the hell over there, and there's no camera on it, right? I mean, I just don't have the money for 15 cameras for the 15 tarot towers. It just doesn't make any financial sense for me to invest that much in it because it is quite the setup. If you haven't done a tarot tower camera, it's in my way. Like when I back up, I bump into it. Desmond, thank you for your donation. I will give you a psychic reading indeed. Indeed, I will. Any general guidance Rissa wants to know? By the way, welcome to the stream, Rissa. Pathfinder, Five of Embers, and the Dreamer. It's all about communicating well and learning well at this point. Rose, thank you for your donation. It's all about communicating well and learning well. Focusing on things that are possible rather than things that we want. Focusing on small-term things rather than big-term things. And the Five of Embers, it's all about negotiation with people we don't want to negotiate with. and sometimes even trying to make some action happen. Cherise, thank you for your donation. Trying to make some action happen that needs to be done that other people aren't going to be supportive of us. Okay, so all of those things, you got to rewind and listen to it again. Pathfinder says the path is laid out for us at this point. I don't think this is something that you're just lost, you're stumbling around, you're not able to get where you need to go. I don't think that happens. I think that you do have a very focused goal in mind. You do have things that you want to accomplish, you want to succeed, but it's a matter of doing that successfully in smaller increments. It's also a matter of the Five of Embers, avoiding conflict by coming to negotiation throughout the process and maybe doing some things on your own. Keeping goals realistic is going to be the critical thing, Rissa. Not having just outstanding goals, not having these massive goals that are like catching a unicorn type of goals. I don't think that's going to work for you. But I think if you keep it realistic, keep it focused, I think that's going to be a good thing for you. And you're going to be able to accomplish that without any problem at all. Speaking of accomplish with no problem at all, Moon Honey is here. And Moon Honey wants to know. A general, let's find out. It's going to go. We are using the decks that we never use. It is the lonely decks in the second tarot tower tonight. We're pulling them all out, and we are going to use them all. Every last one of them. Every last one of them is going to come out tonight because we got a lot of donations, so we need to get that done. Anyway, the Devil, Seven of Pentacles, Hierophant, and the Chariot. First thing I noticed, Moon Honey, is you got a lot of majors. That is good indeed. I love a lot of majors. A lot of majors put me in a good mood. You know, I'm just saying. If you're in a bad mood, draw majors and that'll put you in a better mood. Especially on the 4th of July. This is a good mood kind of day. Devil says that you do have some forces, some people that are working against you. I think you know where that kind of ropes in, that kind of ropes in there. You do have some things working against you. And the problem is you're going to have to do a Seven of Pentacles and sort of navigate your way around it. I don't think going full force in, I don't think going just 100% in and trying to figure everything out yourself is going to work long term. I think instead it is something that you may need some assistance with, right? Miss Kitty, thank you for your donation. The Devil in the Seven of Pentacles says be wary of how you invest your time too, because you don't want to, this is the White Fly Tarot. You don't want to just dump a ton of time into something that's not going to work out long term. Seven of Pentacles next to the Devil says that's quite possible. This is something that you could be wasting time focusing on particular things, and that is going to be a little bit challenging for you. Hierophant, though, and the Chariot is good. It's almost like that focusing in on the big picture is the best. Backing up, looking at from a 20,000 foot view with Google Maps is going to be your main viewpoint here. Because I think a lot of times you get lost in the trees and you can't see the forest, as it says. The Hierophant says the picture is bigger. The situation is bigger than what you think it is. It is something you have to sort of back up, focus, and look at and find out where we can enter in, where we can make the most progress at. And the Chariot says get your ass moving, right? Once you're able to get high enough out, you're able to see the big picture, you need to figure out where you're moving to and then begin that moving. Because the Chariot does say get moving, get started on it. If you don't, you're going to lose some progress, you're going to lose some ambition, and it's going to be sort of difficult at the end of the day to do that. But we got a lot of majors here. So there are some things happening. There is some excitement around the corner for you. Definitely White Fly Tarot. The stinky tarot, by the way. White Fly Tarot. Smells like chemicals. I'm just saying. Picasso. Why are the evil neighbors quiet for the past few days? Maybe they moved out. Picasso, I'm just saying, maybe they moved out. It is a night of least used tarot decks. The decks that have been neglected over there in the corner. The decks we used to love, but we love no more. Some days you just got to get a divorce from the decks. I'm just saying. Some days you need to get a divorce from your tarot decks. And some of these are going to be out the door. Not this one, but some of the other ones are going to be out the door. All right. And this is a shame, too, because some of those I paid like $60 on Kickstarter, but oh well. Anyway, why are they quiet for the past few days? Magician, High Priestess, Knight of Vessels, and King of Staffs. They actually had an event that is concerning them. There was an event that happened in their family that was concerning them, that is very concerning, that they're worried about, that they're trying to figure out, that they're trying to deal with. It's very focused over there, right? Very focused. It's like some people did leave for a little bit too, maybe not forever. Magician says they have to work on something critical, something important. Everybody's focused on it, so they're gone a lot. They're trying to deal with these things, right? High Priestess says they need some information. They need to deal with certain things as it comes along. And also there's some things happening within the apartment as well. It's almost like maybe there's, some mold problem, or there's some other problem over there that they're trying to deal with, and they're out a little more than usual over there. But it's almost like there are less people there. The people that are there are very focused on getting stuff done and whatnot. And the noisy people may be out for a little bit. It's usually with the King of Staffs, right? They need to focus on something. They need to get it. They need to get it done. It's very important for them to get it done. So there you go. So they have a lot of things happening, and there's some people missing from over there. Kamel, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. So there we go. All right, bedtime for me. Deanie, thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate that. 50 people, a lot of donations. Great to be with all of you. Andrew, indeed, it is great to be here with you, indeed. By the way, if you like this stream, I don't know why you would, but if you like it, I'm just saying, if you like it, hit the sub button. I'm a YouTuber. I'm going to be begging you for likes and subs. I'm just saying. We got the only news program on the frickin' internet over here for tarot. I'm telling you now, this is a place to be. All right, the evil neighbors, indeed. Hopefully they work all that stuff out. Anything good in July for Yogi? Let's find out what good things you do have coming in July. By using the lesser tarot decks, the tarot decks that have been neglected. Rotation is the key. They all deserve love. I know that. But, it's just hard sometimes. It's hard because, I want to love them all. I want to embrace them all and get them all and just give them a big hug and just say,
I love you
to every tarot deck that I own. But some days you got to get rid of them, All right. That's interesting. Anything good coming from me in July? A lot of majors here as well. Hanged Man next to it. Okay. Okay. You're acting kind of on false pretenses in some things. I think you got some incorrect information. A little incorrect information almost. It feels like some things are looking a little differently than they should based upon the information coming is a little bit incorrect. This is something that you do need to reevaluate what it looks like and how to sort of deal with it. But I would look at it from a fresh perspective, definitely with the Hanged Man, right? A fresh perspective. Also need to take some leadership as well. It's almost like if you take some leadership and you look at the fresh perspective, you look at it from a different point of view, that's going to be helpful to you. That's really going to sort of round out things and make things a little bit better. And overall, that's going to be good news for you, basically, right? The Emperor and the Hanged Man does say, focus on what is important, but make sure that you look at it from a different perspective. I also think you do have a level of enlightenment that is going to come in July, right? A lot of things are going to get cleared up. They're going to get explained, especially emotionally. It's a lot of stuff that you just haven't understood emotionally, or sort of brought you down emotionally. You don't really understand the context. You don't understand why these things are happening. I think some of that clears up as well. I think at the end of July, I would say mid-August, you have a lot of new opportunities as well. So there you go. A lot of good things sort of creeping up in here. A lot of good things creeping up. Chances, good things that you have going on there in July. Okay, keep pulling the Devil, Empress, and the Stars. King, what you pulled. Josh's current feelings for me. Devil, Empress, and the Star. You're comfortable. They're not. but ultimately you're meant to be together. You're comfortable, they're not. Ultimately, you're meant to be together. All right, let's do it. You know, least used tarot decks. We're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go with the witches. We're going to go with Dugan's. What was it? I forgot what the name is. Dugan's Witches Tarot. It's going to be good. Give it a nice shuffle for Hello Piggy over here. Get a nice randomization. We're looking for particular cards over here. So we want a nice randomization. So somebody later on, they're going to be watching the video. They're going to be like, hey, you just pulled that deck out and you got the same cards she just said. I think something's fishy. You see me shuffling it. That is a good shuffle. That is a good shuffle indeed. There is your randomization. Let's pull some cards, my friends. Pull some cards. See what Josh is up to. See what kind of things Josh has going on and all that good stuff. So I guess we're looking for Devil, Empress, and the Star. What do we got? We got the 10 of Swords. Interesting. The Knight, the 4, and the 2. We don't have any of those cards. No majors at all. That's kind of interesting. Do you have 1 court? I mean, there we go. The Devil's Josh's current feelings for me. 10 of Swords. They still are on that precipice of, I don't really want to deal with it right now. It's not something I want to sort of pursue right now. And you see that sort of the same thing with your Devil card, right? This is something that is sort of slogged down. It doesn't feel like that it's just sort of 100% right now. It feels like it needs a lot of rebooting. It needs a lot of movement in order to get some action-packed things going on over there. I do think that they come around, though. They come around. The current feelings are, 4 of Pentacles. They're keeping it to themselves. They're keeping it to themselves right now. They're holding on. They have a little blindfold on. They realize there's 2 different worlds that need to merge. But they are in a moment, right? At the moment, they're in a moment of sort of contemplation. Christina, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. But yeah, the 2 of Swords is that disconnect. And you feel that disconnect right now, right? You feel a little bit of that disconnect of things aren't going as well as they should. Things aren't moving in the direction that they should. And the 4 of Pentacles is basically on Josh at this point. I think Josh is still holding back. Josh is still not getting that 100%. Josh needs to get that moving, get some action with that. I think that's coming, though. Knight of Swords says it is coming. Again, so if you're looking for my interpretation of what you have, it is that, they do have the devil still there. They do have the bad influences. They're still getting the information, the feeds of information that's not correct. The Empress, this is something that you're ready for, you're prepared for, but are you really? And the Star is sort of a connection between you two that is always there, that always will be there as well. If you want my interpretation of your cards as well. So there we go. All right, Desmond, can I get a psychic reading? Desmond has been here quite a few times asking that. Desmond, let's get you a psychic reading, my friend. I appreciate you coming back. And tonight, it is the night of lesser used tarots. We're using the Hush Tarot tonight. It's the Hush Tarot. Actually, do I still have the button for the Hush Tarot? Oh, no, I took it off. Did I? Did I take it off? Yeah, I took it off. That's just my thing, though. I took it off. All right, psychic reading. Let's do it. Ooh, the Page of Cups. Ooh, Desmond. Desmond, you're asking these questions for a good reason. Desmond, you know why you're asking these questions. You're asking these questions for a good reason. Look at that world. Desmond, I think a lot of things are just sort of weighted down for you right now. Linda, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. I think that you are weighted down right now, and I think you're about to get set free in a manner that is just going to be amazing for you. That's your read, okay? That is your read. You're weighted down right now. You have a lot of things on you. You have a lot of things holding you back. I think some of these are lifting up, and you're going to have the ability to get what you need done where you need to be all at once. That's going to be pretty exciting as it goes. Basically, that's your read. So it could be emotionally, it could be at work, it could be sort of situational, right? Maybe the family, maybe some friends, some things are weighting you down, some things are really holding you back. And you feel that. And you feel that. You feel like you can't make the progress that you need to make. You can't sort of move past that, move forward in the ways that you want to do. And that's difficult for you. It feels like you can't do the things that you need. It's really, really difficult. It's the hush terror. And the page says that's sort of emotionally distraught for you. It's a feeling of distraught. I want to do some things. I'd like to sort of polish up some things, get some things done, but emotionally it feels like I'm not really making that progress. And again, that's about to lift up, that's about to free up, and you're going to make a lot of stuff. The world is the last card. I'm just saying that's exciting. That is exciting. Desmond, that's exciting.
Hooray!
That's going to be a situation where you're going to be happy at the end of it. Bottom line. Venus, welcome to the stream. What is going on? Now, Venus, we got a read tomorrow. I'm excited. Sorry to delay that read by a couple of days, but we are going to rock it tomorrow. Rose has a question below. I have no idea what your question is. Let me scroll down and get Rose's question. We'll be able to connect the cards and read them fluent in cartomancy. Rose, I guarantee you can. Okay. See, I'm just saying now, it's the tarot decks that we just don't use. Tarot decks that we just don't use is out tonight. And I'm just saying, will I be able to connect the cards and read them fluently? Rose, I think you're on the right path, right? All you need is tarot guidance. Okay. I'm just saying, no, not sponsored. I'm just saying, that's all. Okay. Will I be able to do this? The 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups. This is something that is this is something that hurts sometimes. It feels like it just hurts sometimes. It's almost like that you try, you're not able to get to where you need to be. You try, it feels like you're not able to make the progress that you need. And you do enter into that, right? You do enter into this excitement that I can do it, I want to do it, but sometimes you just get overloaded. Sometimes you just get to where you're just like, oh my God, it's a lot of stuff to memorize, a lot of stuff to know. I'm not sure about this, I don't know about that. I think bottom line is to connect to the cards. And that's what you're talking about, connecting to the cards. And the 3 of Wands says seeking out the cards, having the cards, getting an emotional connection to the cards, and sort of have them influence you, have them talk to you, have them tell you what they mean, what they are, and how they relate to the other cards in the read. It's going to be helpful to you. 8 of Cups says ditch some of the old ways. If you have some of these old ways of doing things and it feels super serious and it is sort of delaying you, it's making you feel disconnected, don't get into that too much. Get a way of connecting yourself, whether it be intuition, whether it be tarot guidance. It depends on how you want to approach it, but approach it passionately and approach it correctly. I don't think that you're going to want to get into a situation where you're just like, I just don't know if that works for me. You want to find the method that is passionate, the method that excites you, and the method that keeps you going. It's like painting, right? If you don't like a particular type of painting, don't do it. Do something different. Do something that excites you. Because if you don't like it, you're not going to come back to it, right? And that's sort of the thing. That's sort of the thing that you need. Is Ari interested in other girls, or is it just me? In other words, he be cheating. I don't know.
Are they cheating on me? Those panties ain't mine.
Are they interested in other girls? All right, let me find a tarot deck we haven't used yet. What do we got? Oh, there we go. We got one of the Minerva. We got a Minerva deck, the Disney deck. I literally never use this deck. I've never used this deck. And the sad part is I ordered all of her other decks. You'd think I'd learn. You'd think I would learn my lesson, but nope. 6 of Swords. Happy 4th to you. What is going on? It's good to see you. All right. Are they cheating? They'd be cheating. 5 of Needles. It's kind of rough. Hierophant. And the 7 of The Seven of Candles. Yeah, I'm going to say no. I'll say they're not really interested in that. We're just going to go for that. We're just going to go for that. We're going to go for the not really interested in that. We're really sort of leaning on the direction of it at first, but then not so much. I don't think that they're interested in other people. I think that they are fluent and they are passionate about you. I don't really see them being interested in anything else. Hierophant says they're taking the relationship seriously. They're taking it all in seriously. They're excited. I think that they really sort of are focused on you. The Five of Needles is the Lord of Defeat. I don't think they really want to walk that path because they know it's not going to be a good path. And the Seven of Candles, they're a little bit defensive against something like that. You know, they're a little bit defensive against things like that. So overall, we're going to go no. Overall, we're going to say that they're only interested in you and they only have eyes for you. It's like a song. It is like a song. You know, Miss Kitty, how is the Cancer feeling about me? Let's find out. What's going on with that Cancer? With the decks we never use. What's the deck we like never use? Like what we like never use it. I don't know. Let's go with this one. This is one we haven't used in a hot minute. Christina actually asked me if I had this deck, which if I actually used it, then Christina would be like, oh yeah, I remember you have that deck. You use it all the time. But anyway, I just don't use it a lot. And this is the White Newman Tarot. And I should use it more. I mean, I'm just saying there's only so many hours in the day, you know. One day when I'm retired or something, then maybe I'll use multiple decks. I mean, I'm multiple gazillion decks a day. I don't know. Anyway, how's the Cancer feeling about me? Miss Kitty wants to know. Hierophant, Two of Swords, Six of Cups, and Eight of Swords. They do have some level of excitement emotionally with that. Six of Cups is a good card. It's a good connection. It is a good card. They're holding back a little bit, though. In this particular one, they're holding back a little bit from that connection. It's sort of like somebody is offering something, somebody is giving up something, somebody is getting something excited with that, but then the other person's like, no. Pisces Goddess, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. But yeah, the Six of Cups is a little bit shy with that. I think the Cancer is a little bit shy overall. I think they're a little bit on the introverted side. And it just feels like that. The Two of Swords, the different connection, the different worlds sort of blending together, the blindfold that is there, not able to see some of this, and also sort of juggling some dangerous territory. I think that they have been hurt before, whatnot, but it just feels like that they're a little bit on the shy side. Hierophant says this person does take things really seriously. So if you say something is a joke, they're going to take it dead serious. They'll be like, what? What? You said this? Oh my God. But yeah, they're going to be a little bit concerned about anything you say. I definitely watch what you say around this particular individual. Eight of Swords overall. It says they do have some feelings, but again, they're a little pulled back. They're a little hesitant. They're a little on the shy side. But I think overall, they do have some feelings. They do have some feelings about you, but you have to approach them like a scared cat, you know, like a wild cat. Have you ever seen like a kitty cat that's like in the wild, been in the wild for a long time? You got to approach them real gingerly or they'll run away. You know, it's one of those, like a rabbit, like approaching a wild rabbit or something. Anyway, have I met my Gemini? Is he, let's see, have I already met my Gemini? Is he or she? Camille, you want to know their sex and you want to know if they already met them? Is that sort of the idea here? Let's find out. I'm actually running out of least used tarots. We used this before. This is not something that's just totally neglected, but, you know, it is on the least used, little used side, the little used side. All right. Have I met my Gemini, he or a she? All right. Let's find out if you met them. If you're looking for met them, have you done that? And the answer is no. Page of Cups is a new thing. As somebody is a new interaction. Discretion as well. It is the new sort of the rebirth, the reincarnation. It basically says this is somebody that is new. So that's somebody that is new. Who are they? Who are they? I think it is a he. think it is a he indeed. So there we go. Do not think that you've already met him. I think this is a new relationship, something that is new, exciting, and whatnot. I think it is a he. It is the least used, the little used deck. Let's go for the Encore Tarot. I'm just saying everybody loves this one. This is a pretty exciting deck. The Encore Tarot from Chiro Marchetti. We need a reading for Anna. Wants to know how the rest of July will go. What is going to happen with all of that stuff? July. I mean, it's half over. Come on. Cheryl, should I quit my freaking job? Cheryl wants to quit. Let's find out, Cheryl, if that's going to be a good idea or not in just a moment. Right now, we're going to do Christina. Well, actually, Anna, whatever. Christina. Find out how the rest of July is going to go. 7 of Coins, the 3 of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Star. I think that July is a little bittersweet of a month. You do have the 3 of Swords. So this is sort of a disappointment. It feels like some things are indeed disappointing. Some things are held back. You're not getting the information that you need. Bottom line, you're not getting the information that you need to make a proper decision. You're going to be able to find that information in July, but it is something that you do need to watch out for. 3 of Swords is, unless you get the information that you need, you're going to make some choices that are going to be like, nah, not the actual best idea. Some choices that are not going to be exactly the best thing. Right. Page of Swords. We need this information, but we're not able to get it. This is something that will be revealed to us basically through the 8 of Coins. Sort of working, sort of looking at things from a different perspective, trying to get things handled that are not exactly, able to get handled at the moment. But I think that July has a lot of interesting things happening with it. August is going to be a little bit weird. I think August is going to be sort of your weirder month as that goes. 8 of Coins says work on what you can work on right now. So if you can get some things done right now, some preparatory things, if it be with the driver's thing, what can we prep with? What can we work on to build things for the future? Because that is going to be one of the things that's going to be focused in July. Now we have more time to do different things. Blah, thank you for your donation. Now we have more time to do different things. Let's use that time wisely. Because if we don't, we have this abundance of free time. If we don't use that wisely to work on the things that we need to work on for preparatory later, then we're going to be regretful for that. The 8 of Coins does say work on that. Could it be the driving? Could it be a lot of different things that you need to work on in order to be successful later? You do have some ventures that you are going to be on that aren't going to work out overall. You're going to be sort of careful because, again, you don't have all the information that you need to make proper decisions as this goes. And the Page of Swords, right? It is about adjusting. It is about sort of accommodating your environment. Because a lot of times, Desmond, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. A lot of times you'll find the pursuit is not worth the pursuit at the end of the day. So you wasted a lot of time on things. You want to be careful to avoid that. Star says some opportunities open up near the end of July for you. And that is going to be something you definitely want to chase. So once you see the opportunities open at the end of July towards the beginning of August, it's something you want to chase, something that you want to adventure into, and definitely something that you want to embrace as that goes. So there we go. All right, Linda picked up watercolor painting, but I hate flowers. Screw those flowers. Thinking about tarot or anime, what do you recommend for some watercolor action? Let's find out. By using a watercolor deck, well, you just said that you're using least used decks, T.O. But I'm not. I lied. I'm a dirty liar. I am going to use the Waterfall Tarot. Why? Because I freaking made it. I made it myself. I made it in watercolor. And Linda, I'm just saying, if you're going to do some watercolor tarot, you need to use the Waterfall Tarot to read this reading. I'm saying now. By the way, if you don't have this, it's $20. I got it for 20. Where are you going to get a deck this freaking thick for $20? Where are you going to get a deck this thick for $20? It's link in the description. If you don't want a box, you're like, Screw your box. I got like 100 bags. I'll just throw it in the bag. I want the 20 buck version. I'll ship it to you. I will ship it to you right now. Well, not right now, but you know what I mean. Linda hates flowers. Screw landscapes. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? What should I do? Page of Wands says adventure out into the unknown. You don't know. You don't know what is out there, Linda. What kind of dangerous activities are out there waiting for you? You don't know until you try. You just don't. That Page of Wands says adventure out there. Get it done. Have fun. Do something that you just don't like. Do something that you just don't like and give it a shot. You know what I mean? Trace out something, trace it out and give it a shot. Three of Pentacles, it's all about the creativity because the Three of Pentacles is a creative card. And Linda, look at this. Linda, look at this. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Underneath this dude is a watercolor set right here. Watercolor brush and a watercolor set. See, Linda, this is your reading. Linda, this is literally your reading. Watercolor set is under the bench. It's something that you have to drag out and use. And, you can go on Amazon and get a cheap ass watercolor set for like 20 bucks or 10 bucks or something. Get that and just work on it and work on your creativity. Ruin a couple of cheap pieces of paper with some watercolor, with some cheap watercolor. Go on the adventurous ride that you want to go on. You don't need the high-end expensive crap. You just throw down some cheap old watercolor and some cheap old paper until you find your inspiration. All of a sudden, like, oh, I found what works. I found what works. And I think the Ten of Cups said it will work indeed, right? It will work indeed. I think you have the inspiration, the motivation, the excitement that's going to be with that Ten of Cups. And the Three of Wands is about seeking and searching out something that is going to be better for you, right? Because there are a truckload of YouTube videos that are free that will teach you how to do stuff that's going to be tarot based. You know what I mean? If you need to get a little gouache, I'm just saying, you can get the Himi, H-I-M-I gouache set. It is a jelly gouache set, and it is only like 20 bucks on Amazon. I mean, I'm just saying, it's enough gouache to last you the rest of your natural life. It is on Amazon right now, searching and seeking, trying, experimenting, using your creativity, pulling that watercolor set from under your bench and just doing it. Venturing into the unknown and getting excited about it. You know what I mean? Because I'm just saying, a lot of people are really hesitant. They're like, okay, I got this expensive watercolor paper. I got this expensive watercolor. You don't experiment with that crap. You go and you buy some cheap old stuff and you just hash out ideas until you get the idea that you're really excited about. Because you can combine watercolor with gouache with some colored pencil. It's called mixed media. You can make some really magical things about it all over YouTube. All over YouTube with this stuff. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Indeed. All right. Let's see. We're going to the tarots that we never freaking use. Oh, man. In the field tarot, that falls under that category, that's for sure. Because Pisces wants to know, will Gemini match my effort in this connection? Pisces, that's a damn good question. Because a lot of times people don't match your effort, right? You sit there and you text and you text and you text, and they just want to be alone. They don't match the effort. I don't know. Sometimes it just happens. Sometimes you make the effort, you make all the effort in the world, and they just don't come back to the plate. They just don't come back to the plate for you. They just don't reciprocate sometimes. That's rough. Will the Gemini do that? Will they match it? Movement says, yeah, I think they'll give it a shot. But at the end of the day, it looks like not exactly 100% with that. We have despair. We have disappointment. We have this mixture of things that just don't work. It's almost like they fail. I do think that they do try. They give it a shot. They do. Divination, welcome to the stream. They do give it a shot and give it a launch pad. But at the end of the day, they crash and burn. They crash and burn. I don't think that they actually make the effort that you would like. Unfortunately, kind of hurts. It kind of hurts. Speaking of hurt, should Cheryl ditch the job? Should Cheryl leave and exit stage left? Stage left. Is that going to be a thing? All right. We'll use, what the hell is this? I guess we'll use the Hobbit Tarot. The Hobbit Tarot seems all right. Cheryl, we're going to use the Hobbit Tarot. See if you should quit and leave. YouTube user. Thank you for hanging out with us and your donation. By the way, we're ending soon. We eventually got to get out of here. We got to get out of here and go take a shower and eat a banana. Not at the same time. Not at the same time. But yeah, we got to get out of here eventually. Cheryl, should you ditch the job? Eight of Swords says hang on to it. Hang on to it. So it's interesting. You actually had that in your private reading. The Eight of Swords, sort of the restrictions, feeling that sort of uphill battle, the uphill thing. Seven of Wands. Yeah, it feels like things are definitely on the ropes to where you feel like that a lot of defensiveness, a lot of things not really working out with that. Ace of Wands and the Knight of Wands. It says keep going. It says keep going. I think that's thumbs down. It basically says keep going and pursue. Keep on, right? Ace of Wands is to keep moving. It has the fiery aspect of getting things done and sort of, moving into that mode. So getting that. And the Knight of Wands, pursuit, keeping on, pursuing it, keeping the fire active, keeping the flame going is going to be important for that. But yeah, there is an uphill battle. But overall, it says that you should not quit your job. You should not quit your job. Picasso, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Blah wants to know if Omar still has some feelings. Omar, where you at? Omar, where are you at? Omar, you still have some feelings? All right, for this, we're going to use the echoes of failure. The echoes of failure. The echoes of failure is going to be on here. In blah, it's going to tell you how Omar feels. We're going to draw 3 cards. And by the way, this is my other deck. This is my other deck of cards. It says happiness. Ooh, they do like you. Jump into conclusions and freedom. There is a level of assumption here. There's a level of assumption that says, well, maybe not, right? Maybe not. There is some concern. It's almost like you're picking it up psychically. There is some concern with that. Jumping to conclusions, I wouldn't do it. I would hang on. I would relax. I would not jump to conclusions. Mistakes were made, but I would not assume that they're just, on the ropes or anything like that. Freedom says you are free to contact them if you want. And this is something that could be possible because happiness says that they do still like you indeed. So happiness, freedom, jump into conclusions. Don't jump to any conclusions. You are sort of psychically picking some things up. I think that they do like you indeed. Happiness is good news here. I think happiness really sort of rounds out the read, and I do enjoy a little bit of happiness as it goes. Desmond ordered some magic stuff. How will that go? Let's go back to an unused deck and let's give it a shot. It's going to be the White Newman indeed. Throw down a little White Newman. In fact, I think we're going to round out the stream with some White Newman because we need it. We need more White Newman. How will it work? Quite well. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, and Judgment. Desmond, I think that there's some opportunities here for you to do some things with the new supplies that you can't do otherwise. I think that they give you an excitement, they give you an exuberance, they give you a lot of opportunities that you otherwise would not have had. Indeed, right? Ace of Swords, this is the beginning of something new, beginning of the communication. It's the beginning of a level of power that you can have that you did not have before. So that just says that. It would just sort of that. Queen of Swords, though, it does say you need to be careful with it, right? Make sure that you cleanse, make sure that you get anything that's bad out of there, make sure that it is for everyone's good and whatnot, make sure that it is sort of in the same vein and the same focus that you usually do with that. And Judgment says you're going to have a lot of success with it. A lot of success with it, right? All right. Blah wants them to not like you. Blah, what if they do like you? I mean, I'm just saying. What does B feel? We have no contact. We're just curious about the feelings. And we'll do Picasso, and then we're going to go shower and eat a banana. Not on stream, by the way. We're not showering on stream. This is a G stream. We're keeping it G. Keeping it G for everybody. And no, we won't eat the banana on stream. That could be PG-13. It depends on how you eat it. I mean, I'm just asking a question. Anyway, what does B feel for me? 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, and the Lovers. Ooh, that's a nice contact. That is a nice little read. YouTube user, it is a nice little read for you. I'm saying now, that is not looking too bad at all. Got the 7 of Swords has the return. It has the return. It looks like you're slitting the throat. I mean, that's probably not the best. This is not the usual 7 of Swords meaning. 7 of Swords meaning is a return, is a coming back, new opportunities. And the Ace of Swords is almost a connection or a communication that you did not have before. And the Lovers, that's what you need. The Lovers is what you need with that. So they have some good feelings there. There are some good things happening. There are some things sort of rolling around. And overall, I would say they still have some feelings for you, right? 7 of Swords is a returning lover. If you read my book, you know this. You know this. And the Lovers at the end, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. I would give it a thumbs up indeed. What's his message behind these baby dreams? Picasso, it may be a baby headed your way. It may be a baby headed your way. I mean, you could have it. You could have it. If I get the Empress and a bunch of pages and then the Sun card or something, we're going to go out on a limb tonight. We are going to go out on a limb tonight if we see this. But we got the Knight, Justice, Sun, and the 2 of... Ooh. I think you have an opportunity for a baby. I think there's an opportunity for a baby. That's what I'm reading. That's what I'm reading. An opportunity for a baby. 2 of Cups is a connection between two forces. And the Sun is the baby riding in on the horse. I'm just saying now, if the legal issues or you have the balancing issues of having the baby, it does need to be sort of planned and prepared and whatnot. And the Knight of Swords talks about movement in that direction. Movement in that direction. I'm just saying, I think there is a baby that is possible. I think there is a baby that is possible indeed. 2 of Cups, the connection between 2 people to make one. The Sun, the baby riding in on a horse. Justice, a little bit of planning, preparation, maybe some legal things. Maybe some legal things indeed. Maybe some child support. I don't know. The Knight of Swords is the action card and the launching and the getting it done and the stabbing the sword into where it needs to go.
Oh, baby.
You know what I mean? Stabbing the swords where it needs to go.
Mwah.
And you could have some baby action indeed. I'm just pointing out. I am just pointing out what it takes to, well, no, I'm not pointing that out. I'm pointing out what I see in the cards. And if you like this stream, hit that like and sub. And Tarot with last reading, Tarot with Sarabi. Tarot with Sarabi wants to know love life in July. And then we're getting out of here. We're really getting out of here. We got to stop reading. And yeah, I'm like the only YouTuber that like rejects donations. I'm like that. Yeah, I'm just saying, I mentioned that to Christina the other day. I'm like, I'm the only YouTuber that actually rejects donations sometimes. All right, Sarabi, what is going on with the love life in July? 2 of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the King of Cups. Very interesting indeed. King of Cups is sort of an oddball out here. Knight of Wands. I think that there's a stall. There's not things exactly working out as you would like them in July. You do have some moments where things are on that pentacle, where things do feel like they're really sort of rocking it. And then the next moment, it feels like the lover just won't talk to you, or it feels like somebody just won't talk to you, right? Or they just sort of rejecting you, or they're sort of not in a mood to communicate or something like that. The Knight of Wands says you pursue. You feel like this is something you need to something that you need to go forward with. You need to sort of pursue. But the King of Cups, there is a little bit of emotional disconnect that happens in July. Can you get through this? I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. Two of Cups does say the connection is there. That's kind of what you need. That's sort of the baseline thing with that. But the love life does have maybe an opportunity or two. If you are looking at an Aquarius, I think that'd be okay. That would be okay indeed. But it is the pursuit, and it is the sort of the fixing of any disconnects that may creep up as that goes. Hope that makes sense. Thank you for your donation again. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, and we will see you tomorrow.
Try to make it new. You can't fight it when it feels so true. You drive me crazy like no one else. The final moment before I lose myself. And it's no use working 9 to 5 if you want more than to stay alive. So come on over, we can make it through. My hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. We stay up until the morning light, oh. So come on over, we can make it through. Take my hand, I know just what to do. On the beat, keep dancing through the night. We stay up until the morning light. The morning light, oh, I just wanna be your Superman. Come fly with me, just take my hand.